Just before we jump into the video, yes, this video is a re-upload. I did have to do some minor edits to the original video. Basically, all the information you get is exactly the same. There's maybe just a few seconds cut from the original. And I did change the thumbnail just because I wasn't a big fan of the original. But okay, now let's start the video.
In January 16th, 1999, something from space landed in the fields of Nebraska. The events that happened next changed the planet forever.
Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I have an incredible underrated analog horror series for you. Today we are going over Midwest Angelica. In short, this analog horror series is about a corpse that came from space and landed on Earth in 1999. The results of this event are absolutely insane. This entire video will go over Act 1 of this analog horror series. Please be sure to go support the Midwest Angelica channel. The link to it will be in the top of the description down below. And guys, you are in for a treat with this one, so let's hop right in. Midwest Angelica 000. The tape was discovered at the Oklahoma Cherokee site. It is believed that the footage, which depicts an advertisement on KMTV Channel 3, was recorded sometime between October 31st of 1991 and January 1st of 1992. The product depicted in the advertisement, a film titled Midwest Angelica, has yet to be recovered. Alright, here we go.
In the year 1999, a corpse descends from the cosmos, right into your backyard. The ultimate in science fiction. An alien thriller. A threat unlike any other. This is the Midwest Angelica.
Okay, the music goes
Critics are
hard.
calling it a one-of-a-kind, a sublime experience into the realm of the unknown. A twister of biblical proportions. Don't hesitate. This is your chance. Call within the next 15 minutes to receive a free poster, along with your copy of Midwest Angelica. Only $16.99 plus shipping and handling. Call now.
Hold up, what was that? We gotta go back. KMTV Channel 3. Ooh, what is that text in the middle there? For Douglas and Washington County until 11 p.m. I can't read what that middle section says. To be honest, I'm not sure if this is like a trailer for the series itself, because it seems to be describing what I know this series is about. Midwest Angelica 001. It is believed that the tape was created for some time between April and July of 1999. However, the tape depicts footage originating as early back as 1985. It is thought that the tape was used internally at home and NASA for assessment of the circumstances surrounding AZ001. The tape was discovered within the Grand Forks Technical College rubble. Alright, so this one's an FBI video. Home. Okay. The following presentation is property of Home and is not to be distributed. June 1985.
Around April of this year, we picked up an anomalous biosignature around Jupiter's orbit. We thought it was some sort of instrumentation issue, but we wanted to take a look, just to make sure. Thanks to the tenacity of our team, we were able to get a good look at it within a month. What we found was, frankly, astonishing. Truly unexplainable. The object, which we've codenamed AZ001, appears to be 66.3 kilometers in diameter. We still need more data to prove if life is indeed thriving on this object.
Okay. November 1985.
We've determined that AZ-001 is in fact harboring life. This discovery could change the foundation of science as we know it. Well, harboring might not be the correct word to use here, no. We believe AZ-001 itself is alive. Or at least was alive. We have reasons to believe that the entity, AZ-001, might be a corpse drifting in space.
All biosignature scans taken between June and September of 1985. March 1987.
AZ-001's trajectory has been calculated. Based on our calculations, we believe that it will reach the vicinity of Earth's orbit by the year 1999. Due to the implications of AZ-001's existence, NASA has made the decision to form a group, known as the Division of Heavenly Operation and Material Examination, or simply known as HOME. This group will study AZ-001's composition, trajectory, and will hopefully make contact with the object in 1999. It's also designated to hide the existence of AZ-001 from the public. I have been chosen as one of the lead positions in HOME.
Dr. Lucas Michaels went missing in 1989. His current whereabouts are unknown. Okay. August 1995.
My name is Dr. Ray O'Connor, and I am head of psychological contamination research here at HOME. In the past few years, we have made incredible discoveries regarding AZ-001. It's almost strange to say this, but the object seems to be emanating massive, detectable brainwaves. We have detected the presence of delta waves here at HOME, HQ, which are the same sort of waves generated during deep sleep in humans. We are currently in the process of attempting to decode these waves to gather more information regarding AZ-001 and its potential effects.
So it's not dead, it's asleep? Home psychological research became crucial in understanding the nature of AZ-001. January 1999. On January 1st, 1999, at 9:32 p.m., AZ-001 entered HEO. That's what it looks like? AZ-001 passing in front of the moon. I don't know what I expected it to look like, but it looks gross. On January 13th, 1999, at 3:23 a.m., AZ-001 entered LEO. Close-up photos were taken. 5:45 a.m. 5:47 a.m. 5:53 a.m. Looks almost like it has tendrils or something. On January 16th at 1:26 a.m., a large chunk of AZ-001 was determined to have separated from the main body. This chunk has been labeled AZ-001 Alpha. Unusual radio propagation detected at 3:49 a.m. Unlikely to be caused by sporadic E. Alpha chunk enters the atmosphere. Visual tracking of the anomalous object. Hold up, what state is that? Nebraska? Okay. Object touchdown confirmed at 3:52 a.m. by multiple radars. Object determined to have landed at the coordinates. I'm not reading all those numbers. Classified footage. Footage property of home. Clearance level 1A. Recording begins at 5:25 a.m. on January 16th, 1999. There are no captions, by the way. Am I tripping, or is that like red blood? No, I think I'm tripping. Whoa. It got inside their suits? End of tape. So much to go over there. So I believe Dr. Lucas Michaels, who's the first doctor we hear, him and his team discover AZ001, which is this large mass object, which they said was 66.3 kilometers long. That is 41.2 miles. That thing is gigantic. At first they think it's just an object, then they find out that it might just be a body. We then find out that NASA forms this team called HOME, and HOME's entire objective is to just monitor this object to see its trajectory, when it's going to land on Earth, all stuff like that. And a big important job that they have is to keep it private from the public. They do not want the public knowing about this, which is kind of interesting because right after we hear the doctor say that, he disappears in 1989. Then we get Dr. Ray O'Connor, who comes in, and basically the doctor says that they've discovered that it has brain waves, which means that it is still alive, but they say it's very similar to like human sleep patterns. So maybe it is a giant body, but it's just asleep. Now we're in 1999. AZ is really close to the planet, and then on January 16th at 1:26 a.m., a piece of it decides to break off, and that becomes AZ001 Alpha, and it lands in Nebraska. We then get footage, which there is a lot going on in this footage. We get like 2 different POVs, and there's a lot of radio chatter in the background. Like we hear several different people talking over each other. We get this image here, which looks like it may be inside of a crater, and this may be AZ001 Alpha. Like this is the piece that broke off that landed. It looks a little burnt on the edges maybe, which makes sense if it just came in through the atmosphere. There's weird stuff in the grass, right? I can't tell if that's my color blindness kicking in or something. Let me know in the comments. It definitely looks like there's some stuff that like maybe came off in the grass as it was getting closer to the ground and landing. All of a sudden they're trying to burn it and kill it. I don't know, unless I missed that they said that, but they're trying to burn this thing. So here's one of the soldiers, or one of the men, I don't even know what to call these guys, but one of HOME trying to burn it. And they have some very interesting helmets. It almost looks like a bucket, but you could tell something is wrong with this guy. These, I'm just gonna call them tendrils for now, tentacles, whatever you want to call them, but you could tell that they're pretty close to this guy. And then all of a sudden his mask just starts melting, and then we see that a piece of this thing comes out of the mask. I'm sure this will get explained exactly what that was. But I'm sure as it was coming through the atmosphere, maybe tiny pieces broke off around the field of where it landed. So if these guys were walking all around there, there's a chance that maybe one of these pieces grabbed onto their suits, maybe crawled inside of their suits and contaminated them, you know, causing the masks to melt and everything, basically killing them. Either that, or maybe the huge piece Alpha just, you know, got close enough to them that, you know, it got inside their suits. It's clearly dangerous, clearly not very friendly, and this is only a chunk of the giant thing that is floating very close to Earth right now. I'm sorry, I know that was a really long explanation, but I just wanted to make sure we went over and I made everything clear for you guys on what just happened there, because that was a lot of information they threw at us. But I'm excited. I want to jump right into the next video. Midwest Angelica 001S. The footage is believed to have been recorded sometime in 1995. No known records of any pesticide tests were found to have taken place in the areas shown that year. North Broadway Street, Red Oak, IA 51566.
Attention. If you or loved one are living in any of the counties shown on your screen, you are encouraged to consult your doctor or call the toll-free number below for a free evaluation today. Tests of an experimental pesticide containing ingredients linked to insomnia, somnambulism, strange or uncomfortable dreams, and general sleep problems have previously occurred in these areas, and your input is critical in evaluating the product's safety for consumer use. Again, if you or loved one are living in any of the counties shown on your screen, you are encouraged to consult your doctor or call 1-800-555-4663 for a free evaluation today. That's 1-800-555-4663. 1-800-555-4663.
Okay, already very interesting. For those that may not live in America, IA is for Iowa, and Iowa is the state that's literally right next to Nebraska. I think it's also important to say that in the description of this video, it said that this was recorded sometime in 1995. So this is, wait, that's even more confusing. What? So my original thought was that AZ Alpha landing may have caused something to happen in the neighboring counties, because Iowa's very close to Nebraska and where it landed. But if this is recorded in 1995, that's 4 years before AZ Alpha landed. And all these counties they're saying need to get checked up. And home is the cause of it, obviously. They're saying it's an experimental pesticide, but the description also said there was no, you know, it's BS. They're lying. Something else is causing these symptoms that people are getting. I definitely would have thought that AZ Alpha was causing that, but something else caused that if this was recorded 4 years before it even landed. To be honest, I think we're just gonna have to keep watching to learn more about this one, because I have no idea what this one may connect to yet. So let's just go into the next one. Midwest Angelica 002. Little is known about Starfield Ranch other than that it is shown in the footage. Files containing information about the Jones family were recovered from Home HQ alongside the tape itself, which seems to have been annotated by Home. The files also state that it is unknown how the camera continued operation long after its battery should have been depleted. Starfield, here we go. Starfield Ranch on January 16th, 1999, so when AZ landed. I guess that's the name of the landing site. Ranger Avery Jones is awoken to the sound of his dogs barking at approximately 4:31 a.m. Avery's son, Colin Jones, begins recording shortly thereafter. Alright, so this is about less than an hour after Alpha landed. Colin makes his way to the ranch prairie.
Colin, grab Max. I'm going to get the rifle.
What happened to Rocky?
I don't know.
What happened to...
Is Rocky their dog? Sounds like the dog might be in pain. Whoa, hold up. Several minutes of footage are too degraded to view. What the hell was that? Only a select few frames are discernible. Okay. Is that a deer? Gunshots are audible. Alright, someone's running. Avery Jones is assimilated. Assimilated?
Mom? Mom?
Infection. You better run as far as you can, brother. Is that a cow or something? Oh, because he's infected already. That's what they meant. Family. Whoa. February 17th. Okay, so I think that pretty much confirms that what this thing does is it gets inside of you. Hey, yo. So this video is of the family that was basically closest to the landing site of AZ. And it appears the dog here is the first victim of this. I do not think this thing here is the dog. My thought process is that AZ Alpha lands and then sends out smaller versions of itself to infect anything nearby, which is what this little thing running is here. It looks like it gets, either this is a dog or a deer. I'm not really sure. I want to say this is a deer, but you could see it looks like it got inside of this thing and it is now exploding outwards. Here's a better image here. This looks more like a dog. Yeah, here's another image. We know that they tried fighting it with guns. Doesn't look like that went too well. So that was Avery Jones. Then this is Colin, I believe, who makes it back into his home. It appears at this point his mother also gets infected, and I believe she might infect him here, because then we see this infection. And then we follow him for a little longer. He records a few more things. This literally looks like a cow was infected here. We hear him over this sewer drain. It sounds like he's puking or trying to throw something up. And the last thing he sees is this. This could be Avery Jones, which I believe was his father, that was infected, because this looks like a person with it growing out of the top of their head. Now, this is the crazy part, is that a little over a month later, this whole area looks totally different. There's like what looks like these giant mushrooms here. The air is all red around it, and this must be the house that they were living in. Yeah, it looks like the whole area is just infected. I'm loving this series so far. We're not even halfway through on the videos. Wow, this is looking really good, guys. I'm very excited to see where this goes. Midwest Angelica 002S. The tape was discovered inside a barricaded examination room in the abandoned Red Oaks Veterinary Clinic. Despite its alleged nature, the contagion shown in the video has yet to be discovered in any form. More classified material. Updates on the Xenobiology Research Group's study of the contagion discovered on January 16th. Samples of the contagion injected into specimens. What the hell are those? Nah, hold on. I gotta look up what the hell that is. Injected into what? Okay, so the first one is white-tailed deer, and the second one's a coyote. So samples of the contagion injected into a white deer and coyote specimens continue to induce minimal to no mutations. However, recent experimentation with specimens of... looking up this one too. Allium cepa. However, recent experimentation with specimens of onions have uncovered how the contagion affects organism cells. 0 milliseconds after injection. 100 milliseconds. 200 milliseconds. Wow, so the infection spreads rapid. .400 milliseconds. Previous results combined with recent findings indicate the contagion possesses some degree of intelligence. The contagion's intelligent and virulent in nature possesses a clear and present danger to the entire United States population. Yeah, no shit. Research personnel strongly recommend the contagion be destroyed on site and by any means necessary. Codename designation: STARKILL. That name goes kind of hard, I can't even lie. Okay, so honestly, not too much in that one. We just learned that it grows super rapidly. It somehow does minimal mutation to deers and coyotes, but shows mutation in onions and how it affects organism cells. But I was pretty sure we saw it exploding out of the deer before. I guess maybe it didn't mutate it, it just grew through it. But yeah, basically, this thing is insane. It grows incredibly quick and may even have a form of intelligence built into it. And it is a danger and must be exterminated on site. Let's jump into the next one. Midwest Angelica 003. The footage on the tape documents an event believed to have irreparably impeded Holmes' ability to safely study AZ-001. The tape was found inside an underground bunker 12 miles west of Lincoln, Nebraska. One wall within the bunker was painted with a logo similar, but not identical to the logo used by Holmes. Incident report, case ID, special clearance required, unauthorized access, punishable under penalty of death. Jesus. All right, so this is a serious one. I'm a little bit confused by the description for this one, but let's see. Chronology of events. January 28th, Dr. Andrew Evans returns to Alpha Chunk for further analysis. Alright, so we don't even get footage, we get an animation of what happened. Official audio record, January 28th.
We're reaching coordinate point 1, over. You okay? I'm fine. Vital levels are low. Let's do result containing protocol.
This is it, right here. I want this area marked, just for sample collection.
On it. Marking area, over.
That's all we're gonna need. Request retrieval team.
Requesting retrieval team at Alpha Chunk Point A, over.
Alpha Chunk. Field photo of Dr. Evans. They're very close to this thing. January 28th, Dr. Evans returns to psychological contamination lab at Home HQ. Home HQ. Okay, he goes into sample storage. Dr. Evans places the retrieved samples of AZ001 into storage. Dr. Evans obtains a container to refill the water cooler, believed to have taken longer than normal to obtain. Dr. Evans refills the water cooler and dispenses at least 2 cups of water. Maybe he was just getting one for him and Dr. O'Connor. Dialogue between Dr. Evans and Dr. O'Connor.
Hey, I brought you some water. Thought you might have wanted a cup.
Thanks, Andrew. Were you able to get the results you wanted?
Fortunately, much of the alpha chunk was too necrotic to really get any good data and sample from it. You'll likely have to find some alpha chunks connected to the main body of AZ001.
Sorry to hear that. I think I might be able to get you the new data you want once you figure it out. But I'll have to get back to you tomorrow on that.
That's alright. We can discuss more about it tomorrow after the meeting.
Dr. Evans returns to his desk behind Dr. O'Connor. No further interactions occur. Okay, Dr. Evans begins to start displaying weird actions. Holy crap. Dr. Evans departs to another part of the home HQ facility. Did nobody see that? Dr. Evans visits storage room 3B for unknown reasons. Evans, wait, who are you? Home HQ is put under lockdown following gunshots in the building. Target terminated. Dr. Evans' body is brought to the central morgue for post-mortem autopsy. Is that the infection spread throughout his body? I mean, we know it spreads rapidly. Report conclusions. Dr. Evans' death is ruled as an assassination by a third party, though much remains unknown at this time. What? Dr. O'Connor has apparently disappeared following the incident, as he has been unable to be reached for comment. Additionally, a follow-up investigation found that 1 vial of AZ001 samples was missing after the incident. End of report. What? I thought that was a pretty closed case, that Dr. Evans was just straight up infected like crazy. From the beginning of the audio, you can hear him coughing. And they do show that his suit is different from others. I mean, this suit could possibly be weaker. Maybe it still somehow got into his suit. Then he heads back to HQ. He takes a weird amount of time in the supply closet, gets some water, goes and chats with Dr. O'Connor. Then Dr. Evans just goes to his desk and starts to display unusual behavior. Clearly unusual. Then he goes to storage room 3B for unknown reasons. And then we see a blue dot walk in. Okay, so I've since been told that that's a purple dot and not a blue dot. I'm sorry, I'm colorblind. Please ignore me. I did not realize that this was a different colored dot. And Evans says, wait, who are you? But we know that the blue dot is Dr. O'Connor. And Evans says, wait, who are you? Doesn't really make sense. Home HQ is put under lockdown following gunshots, so someone shot. I would like to believe that Dr. O'Connor probably saw Dr. Evans tripping out at his desk and then followed him to shoot him, to terminate him, because that was their job. They were told to terminate on site when there was an infection. It says target terminated. Dr. Evans' body is brought to the central morgue, and it's ruled as an assassination by a third party. That's what's confusing to me. I feel like it's pretty obvious that Dr. O'Connor shot him, unless maybe it's not obvious to Home. But then also, why is a vial of AZ001 missing? And why did Dr. O'Connor disappear following the incident? Like, there's something sketchy that happened there that we don't know. And then on top of that, we learned that this tape was found in an underground bunker, and one wall in the bunker was a painted logo similar but not identical to the logo used by Home. Why would you specifically mention that? There has to be something there. Oh, he tainted the water cooler. I understand now. So a vial of AZ001 was missing, which Dr. Evans definitely could have taken from the sample storage. So he was in the sample storage, takes one of the samples of AZ001, goes to the supply closet, contaminates the water cooler refill, then refills the water cooler, gets 2 cups of water, brings one to Dr. O'Connor, and drinks one himself. So now that infects Dr. O'Connor and himself. I'm wondering if Dr. O'Connor noticed, and that's why he kills Dr. Evans right away. But then it wouldn't make sense why Dr. O'Connor disappeared unless he's just trying to get away before he gets terminated. But now that also puts everybody in this office at risk for possibly getting infected. We gotta jump right into the next one. Midwest Angelica 003S. The broadcast shown was believed to have aired sometime during the week of January 25th, 1999. The tape was found alongside another cassette in the collapsed remains of a house in Stewart, Nebraska. Alright, public access cable 17 program schedule. We'll look back at that in a second. The Long Pine Midwest Church invites you to their weekly service on Sunday, January 31st from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The service will also be televised on this channel, okay? Okay, that was really quick. I'm gonna go back and pause each one so we could read them fully. Science Showcase, Diamonds in the Rough, Music and Review, Meditation Hour, The Conversation, Words of Wisdom Sign Off, Community Bulletin. The Long Pine Midwest Church invites you to their weekly service on Sunday, January 31st from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The service will also be televised on this channel for those unable to attend in person. The Long Pine Midwest Church would also like to extend their gratitude to the following individuals for volunteering to assist in this weekend's service. And obviously the name that stands out here is Ray O'Connor, which is the name of our missing doctor. So if this weekend service was Sunday, January 31st, this takes place on Saturday, January 30th. The whole Dr. Evans and O'Connor incident happened on the 28th of January, so 2 days before. Either Dr. Ray O'Connor got away and may still be infected and going to this service, or he was just scheduled to help with this service, and now after everything that happened, probably won't make it. But I believe he would still go, because why else would they show us this? What would be the point of this? So when Dr. Evans was infected, he purposely infected others. He infected the water cooler. I believe the infection, I don't know if it fully takes over their minds or if it like half takes over their minds, because Dr. Evans still had a conversation with O'Connor while also infecting him. So my belief is if Ray O'Connor got away and is infected, he will definitely show up to church to try to infect more people. And I think that's what they're trying to show us here. The infection's about to spread on all different levels. If they infect all these people at the church and then they also try to go infect others, it's game over. You got a mass spread now. All right, let's jump into the next one. The next one's pretty long. The next one's 9 minutes. That's the longest video yet. Midwest Angelica 004. The tape is the second of 2 cassettes found in the collapsed remains of a house in Stewart, Nebraska. Most buildings in the Long Pine ruins were found to be destroyed, with a large crater discovered near the site of the former church building. The circumstances surrounding the crater's formation are currently under investigation. Alright, here we go. This video takes place on February 20th right now. Property of police department. The following record contains accounts of the activities of Officer Sam Page and Officer Andrew Webster on February 11th. On February 12th, both officers would be killed in the line of duty. Video evidence and testimony are compiled for ease of access in determining the causes of death. On February 8th, 1999, at 12:03 a.m., a missing persons PSA airs.
Don't try that again. Why doesn't he come? I've got everything all figured out. Top to bottom, smooth as silk. Everything's falling apart. Can't trust nobody, nothing.
Missing John Carlisle, Aaron Mathis, David Rohde, Sarah Withrow, the missing persons have yet to be located. All the missing people they just mentioned were in that last community bulletin video. So it looks like Ray O'Connor did what we thought he would do. On 9:35 p.m. on February 11th, the Long Pine Police Department dispatch center receives a 911 call from an unknown caller ID.
911, please state your emergency.
I'm at 876 Pine Lane in Long Pine, right next to the church. Now, I can't really say for certain, but there's some kind of sacrifice going on.
Okay, we'll be right there. Could you elaborate, please?
Yeah, it's a human sacrifice. I hear screams. It seems to be like a pagan ritual or something of the sort.
Okay, just hold tight. We'll be right there. Please stay on the line.
Okay. Officer Sam Page and Officer Andrew Webster are soon called to the site. The following photographs and video have been recovered from the officer's vehicle and redacted. Church is looking kind of empty right now. Was there blood on the floor there? The following photographs were taken by Officer Andrew Webster. A gift of the blood of an angel. Phantom in its appearance, but insides churn with flesh and blood of the stars. The blessed walk in silence, blissfully closer to his sacred realm. Ascended beyond mortals, we have become apostles of Azazel. Okay, what the hell is that? Altar. An offering of souls to the body of the fallen. Reconstruction of God's realm. Infinite in its cycle of life. Death but a moment of passing time. He is infinity incarnate. This is the last known appearance of Officer Sam Page. Page's body is yet to be recovered. Investigation is ongoing. So what about the other one? Officer Webster continues outside to search for the source of the disturbance. Oh my god. They actually made the altar. The following photographs were taken of the object. Oh my god, it's made out of people. And they're still alive. Officer Webster begins to show distress as he suspects someone is following him.
Hello?
I think it's time to run, brother. Flashlight run out of battery or something? And he's dead. Okay. The man seen in the footage has yet to be identified. I have a guess. Ray O'Connor, perhaps? Body of Officer Andrew Webster was found blank. The cause of death remains unknown. Shortly after the incident, unmarked military personnel retrieved the body along with much of the footage recorded. A CIA operative named Robert Spencer was assumed command of the surrounding area and has threatened the Long Pine Police Department to remain quiet regarding these incidents. This upload changes the game a bit. That document that they discover in the church shows that the infection is more than just a virus trying to spread. It does seem to have somewhat of a hive mind, is what I'm getting here. Just to read it again, a gift of the blood of an angel, phantom in its appearance, but insides churn with flesh and blood of the stars. The blessed walk in silence, blissfully closer to his sacred realm. Ascended beyond mortals, we have become apostles of Azazel. The fact that they're talking about it and it's called Azazel has some pretty huge implications. Okay, wild theory here that I'm putting out here. This thing was aware that humans were watching it way before. Like back when they first discovered it, this thing was aware and already influencing the humans that were observing it. Or at least I believe it was influencing Dr. Lucas Michaels, because the fact that it's named AZ001 and then it's also asking to be called Azazel, that cannot be a coincidence. I think it somehow influenced them to call it that. I don't know how powerful this thing actually is, but I think that's way too big of a coincidence. And if it was actually influencing humans way back then before it even landed, that would make sense why Dr. Lucas Michaels disappears. Maybe it was influencing him to start doing things before it even landed, maybe to prep its landing, which would make sense why there was areas in Iowa that they said in 1985, Home was trying to be like, everybody, if you were in these counties, come to us and we need to do testing on you. Because maybe the humans that were influenced way ahead of time were doing something. I mean, that part's a little iffy, but it would make sense why things were happening before it even landed. It was already influencing people on Earth. I also just think it's insane now that this thing is almost forming like its own religion or cult. Now that it's infecting more people and they're like writing these things about it, they built like an altar to it. It's insane. This thing is insanely powerful. Let's watch the next one, and then I'll give my final theory on all this. Midwest Angelica 004S. The tape was recovered from what is believed to have been the remains of a home convoy on US Route 183. Based on all recovered footage, February 23rd, 1999 seems to be the last time any new material was created by the original home group. Is that description implying that home was taken out nearly a month after AZ landed? Because that's pretty insane if they took out that, and if the infection basically annihilated that entire group. All right, classified material property of the home xenobiology research group, top secret clearance required for access. Here we go. Last video. Observed stages of the STARKILL infestation as of February 23rd. Sustenance hunt, stage 1. The STARKILL begins to absorb most available biomass to sustain itself for all subsequent stages. Intelligence accumulation, stage 2. The STARKILL searches for and targets the most intelligent species available for assimilation. So humans. Stage 3, self-replication. This is the altar, it looks like. The STARKILL is able to form enough biomass to manufacture novel entities from itself using biomass structural hubs. These hubs include altars, which produce smaller STARKILL life forms, and temples, which produce larger life forms. A fourth stage has been hypothesized based on critical mass calculations. It is unknown what will occur once the STARKILL network reaches critical mass. However, the network is predicted to grow to the following size within a year based on currently available data. Oh, GG. GG. So that was the end of Act 1 for Midwest Angelica. I think that might be in top 3 analog horror series for me. The way that every video is shown and the way that they give you information, the visuals, everything is so good. I love the pace that the story is going. I love how it's going. I think it's super interesting, and I really want more. I'm gonna give my little side theory anyway. I don't really have a lot of weight to it, but this is just my thoughts based on like some of the stuff they said in the Azazel video. Really far into the beginning, we thought that AZ001 was actually just a dead body floating through space. So I'm wondering if whatever Azazel is, if it's just really weak right now, and it's sent off that chunk to Earth to basically infect all of the planet, and then eventually it will try to eat up all of the infected to become part of it again, to maybe give it more energy, to maybe not come back to life because it is still alive, but to just bring it back to its normal state that it was at. I just got that vibe based on what they described with the stuff they found in the church. I don't know much about Azazel or anything, so if you guys want to teach me about it in the comments down below, please do, because I know nothing about that. So if you do know about that and you know what implications it might have, let me know in the comments. Midwest Angelica's channel link will be at the top of the description down below. Make sure to go subscribe to the channel right now. Go watch some of the videos. You may find something that I missed. But definitely please go and support that channel. It deserves so much more love. And thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you are new here and you enjoyed this content that you saw today, make sure to subscribe. I do videos like this all the time. Also, big shout out to all my members. You guys are absolutely incredible. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the support. For those of you that don't know, members get early access to videos, access to member only live streams. So if you want to become a member, there will be a link in the description as well for that. But alright guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next